Hey guys, and welcome to another brand new video. In this video, we're going to be talking a little bit about the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, as you guys probably know, it's going to be coming out in the very near future, and also mainly for the very first wave, it's going to be focused on the PlayStation Direct. Now, we're going to maybe go give you guys a little bit of a quick buying guide and kind of give a few tips, and of course, I want to give you guys the rough idea of like what you have to do, how you have to do it, and well, I've just had a lot of people asking because we did so many PlayStation 5 restocking videos of like, what do we have to do to have like the highest chance possible to get our consoles itself. So this may be relevant for the PlayStation 5 30th Anniversary Edition. This may also be relevant for the PS5 Pro. And of course, there also may be a small change up as well, because this is kind of more on old knowledge from the prior PlayStation 5 restocks. So we're going to go talk about all this information to kind of give you guys maybe some helpful tips and small things to do before the PlayStation 5 Pro does come on out. Now, I do want to go have a big disclaimer. Things may go and change. It has been around like a year and a half or so since they've actually done this, and PlayStation obviously may have had new systems or fleshed things out a bit more, or it may even just be a completely different free-for-all. We don't fully know, but based on the prior information that we've had from prior years, there's a few little small things, and I want to just talk about it, so let's go talk about it. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on, as well as the Twitter and Twitch room down below. I would actually recommend, though, to follow up on Twitter. Now, I do have a little bit of a degenerate sleep schedule, so if I miss anything, please don't go yell at me, but I will try to maybe be awake during some of these drops if I can on Twitter, or as well, like sometimes I'm more of a late night owl. Maybe I'll just do a little bit more of the reaction side on all of it, but that's why I'm making this video too, in case I'm not awake. If you guys want to follow, you guys can down below. So first and foremost, the initial wave for all of these consoles are going to be on PlayStation first. So there's going to be other retailers like Amazon, Best Buy, and Target, which we may go make a separate video on the near future. But when it comes to PlayStation 5 Pro, both on the 30th Anniversary Edition, as well as also the PlayStation 5 Pro, it will be sold first initially on the PlayStation website itself, which is mainly known as the PlayStation Direct. Now, once again, we're going to be using information from the prior PlayStation 5 restocking era. I did a lot of videos on the PS5 restocks and try to track stuff and help people get their consoles when it first came out for about like 3 years. Like I kind of basically made sure everyone that needed a console could go and get one. So once again, things might go and change or might be different, but assuming these companies, they'll probably be very similar. So if you guys have seen, this is not for the PS5 Pro, by the way, not for the PS5 Pro, not for the PS5 Pro. There was a way to register for the opportunity to purchase a PS5 console from PlayStation. And this is back for the original PS5, not the Pro, not the Pro, not the Pro. So they'll basically say we have limited numbers of consoles available for customers to directly purchase from PlayStation. If selected, we will contact you via email with instructions and details, kind of just giving you guys like what was going on with it. So few things to note is that this was available only in a few select countries, and you may have to wait for other, like maybe a few more weeks for the Amazon drops, or maybe Game if you guys are in Europe or whatever. But how it would be is you want to go and actually have your PlayStation account. So first and foremost, if you guys, for whatever reason, don't have a PlayStation account on the PlayStation.com, please, number one, make sure you guys make one. Priority number one. They will probably have an anti-bot system. They're going to try their best to probably do a queue, most likely how they used to. So you want to have your account made already. If you guys don't have one, or if you guys also have like cookies, which basically keeps your account signed on in if possible, or have an auto-fill in, make sure you guys do that. But I'm going to recommend you guys do this on multiple devices. How we had the old PlayStation Direct is it was actually able to have different sources add towards you in a queue. So let me first explain the queue and I'll go a bit more in depth. But basically, very obvious, make a PlayStation account or sign into your account. There's going to be a lot of competition ongoing for the PlayStation Direct. Do that now, or as well, have it where like you have the autofill for your passwords just in case. As well, do that on your phone if you have a laptop, or maybe also even other browsers. Make sure you just have them all basically prepared, just in case. So do that first and foremost. But if you guys have never had a chance to go and see, there was basically a old school queue system. I'm assuming this is what's going to happen. They may change it, so please don't hate me, but they may change it. But basically before is you'd have an individual link, which is why it's then maybe follow me up on Twitter. I may have it, may not, who knows, if I'm awake or whatever, who knows. But when it comes to this stuff, you will have a small amount of time, whether it's like 30 to 40 minutes. Sometimes it was shorter, sometimes like 15, sometimes it was like an hour, sometimes it was 45 minutes, 20 minutes. It's all just depending on PlayStation. And what you would do is then people have a chance to have an individualized link that individual link will take you to the PlayStation Direct website, which will then plop you into a queue. Now, like I said, they could change it, but this was kind of how they did it for around 3 years or so. So I'm assuming they've had a chance to test it, work through bots, etc. So as you do that, you click on the link, and then that's why you want to have your account already prepared, because you don't want to leave the queue or have to sign on in. And as well, sometimes if you have to sign in to go do the checkout, someone else may have gotten your stock. Like, they don't necessarily always hold stock for you. If someone else buys before you do, then you're kind of out of luck. So you would go to the individual link, and you, in theory, want to maybe do it on multiple devices. Depending on if they change the system or not, you maybe want to have your phone, potentially on mobile data, maybe have a laptop open, or potentially even use a different browser. Sometimes it did, sometimes also like work for other browsers as well. Sometimes it didn't, but it basically depends on how hardcore you want to go and get it. Now, as well, consoles are only for one person, and I'm sure they're going to have a PlayStation account tie-in, so you don't have like a bajillion different accounts. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to get it if you have PlayStation Plus, but I do believe they also were doing free shipping at times for PlayStation Plus users, and as well, there did seem like there was a little bit of a priority towards PlayStation Plus current subscribers. I don't want you guys just to subscribe because it's a rumor or speculation, but they were doing free shipping back in the day. We don't know what they're going to do off of this one. So anyway, you'd have your account already signed on in. You make the account or have an automatic sign in on your phone, etc. too, if you want to try it that way, put it on like 5G data. And then as you do that right now, throughout the day, if you really want to get the PS5 Pro or even try the 30th anniversary edition, which will both be hard, then you see the queue link. If they do that, I'm assuming they will. It worked out before. They tested out the system and changed the system for multiple years. Then as you go and find that individual PlayStation Direct queue link, you sit in the queue. The queue is all RNG. Some people back in the day were getting into the queue within 2 minutes and they instantly got their consoles. And then sometimes they were stuck on a yellow bar for an hour and then they never even got in until the stock was out. So don't be frustrated, but it can be frustrating. So just understand that if they do this system, it may be a bit of a wild card. Now as well, when it comes to PlayStation Direct, there was a chance where they might just do individual emails. So back in the day, they would have small signups. And that's kind of why I mentioned this register thing. Once again, this is not for the PS5 Pro. They've never mentioned a register, but this might be future information for you guys to know. Or maybe after the first waves of the PS5 Pro, if it sells out, which I'm not really sure if it will or won't. I'm assuming it will, because I'm sure the stock will be lower than expected. But we'll see. We'll definitely go and see. But they might also do an individual thing either for the Pro or for future drops. So if they see this, I'll make a video on it and let you guys know about it. But either way, then they had a chance to send out individual emails. They may do this for the Pro. I kind of doubt it though, but there's a chance they may go hit up anyone who's like a current PlayStation Plus subscriber or is signed up for it or signed up for the old PS5 to have a chance to have these unique links to access the event too as well. Once again, though, this is not guaranteed. I think they will most likely do the queue system or just kind of see where the stock goes. Right now on the PlayStation website though, if you just want to go get their consoles, you can just individually buy it like without any issues. Just go to the place itself and it will show the stock on the actual website. It goes straight here. So there's also a small chance they may just literally have the website open and you just literally go to it like this and have it go to the PlayStation Pro link instead of whatever this is on the Slim link. So keep that in mind. There's a small chance that they might not even use a queue system. They might completely change up everything at all. But these are just things maybe to be aware of just in case you do want to try to get these consoles. Because I do think the PS5 Pro, if the stock is smaller and it's more divvied on up throughout like Amazon, Best Buy, etc., I could actually see it selling out. Maybe not long term for multiple years like the PS5, but I can maybe see it having a few sold out waves, and ideally that'll get sorted very quickly. Now, the 30th anniversary edition is going to be sold out regardless, and if they do a queue system for that, good luck. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people, thousands of people in it. It is a somewhat fair way to do it, but it does suck. It's RNG. It's random. Who really knows? So anyway, have your account all signed on in. Maybe have multiple devices. Maybe have another phone or something like that on your actual internet, like 5G. And as you do that, make sure you have your accounts all signed up. Maybe PS Plus if you want to just have faster checkout. Make sure you have all the checkout information fully saved, like your credit card, all that stuff. Maybe even have it copy pasted if you want to have it, or make it easily and scannable if they do that for their updated systems. But either way, make it so you know how to do it. Like if you really want to get it, sometimes it does get feisty on it. Hopefully not, but sometimes you have to be very quick and very efficient, especially if you're in a queue system and especially for the 30th anniversary editions. So that's kind of basic. Like you just have to look for links, be around with it. like I said, I'm a 50-50. I kind of work nights when I'm doing stuff, so I may be awake, may not be. I'm going to try to. But at the end of the day, you might have a queue system. You might have a chance to enter, sign into your accounts already, have your credit card information either pre-saved or have it very easily copy-pasted, like literally have it in front of you. And time-wise, probably the most important thing out of all of this, we've usually seen the PlayStation Directs from any time around, like I'd say like 11 a.m. EST, which is really early, to no later than usually 5 or 6 p.m. EST. That's like their usual range. It also makes sense for working hours. And at the same time, like that's probably what you want to be looking forward to. I'm sure the drop itself will be a little bit earlier throughout the day, just because like I'm sure they'll have it just be a big, they just want to make sure it works good and launches up well. So those are probably the hours you want to look forward to on top of that. If they do a queue system, once again though, they may completely change things. Things might be slightly different. It's kind of just a rough idea of what was going on before for the PS5 Pro or PS5 drops themselves. So like I said, I think the high level kind of just went through it. Have your account saved, have your shipping and credit card information, all that already made to as well. Make sure you guys are signed on in just in case they go and do have a an invitation too. So check your emails. I don't think they're going to do an invitation for the first wave, probably just an individual queue link. Have multiple platforms open if you can. Different browsers, use your phone on mobile data, have a different laptop, whatever. See what gets you into the queue. Stay in the queue no matter what until you maybe see tweets and other mentions of people basically being like, hey, like it's out of stock, or maybe sometimes you get through the queue because it is out of stock and people leave. But stay in there either way because they sometimes also do additional refreshes of stock too as well and additional waves. And of course, just good luck. Like it's going to maybe be a little bit feisty and they may completely change the system. So please don't hate me if they do. But that's just basically the best knowledge I have from the prior PlayStation 5 drop. Now, if you guys want more tips like this or like a reminder from like the drop times on Amazon or Best Buy, etc., I will maybe make a video on that if you guys want it. But I'm sure it might be slightly changed up and different because there was a lot of botting issues, and I'm sure they've changed and adjusted their systems ever since then. So make sure you guys are subscribed with the notifications on. Hopefully we don't have to do too many PS5 restocking eras, and if it does change, I'll let you guys know if you see more information or details on it. So we have the Twitter and Twitch as well down below. Like I said, I'm not the best tweeter out there, but if you guys want to follow, you guys can, and I'm going to definitely give you guys some more news on YouTube the best we possibly can. So subscribe if you guys are new. Talk to you guys all soon.